It's 14,000 square feet and 7 bedrooms, but they just, they did not miss anything in terms of all the upgrades you could want in the house.
Right, and in the areas that we focus in, to get one of the most incredible homes, you're spending over $5 million, and you're getting a great sized lot, a 7,000 square foot home that is either new or just been completely redone.
Restaurant quality kitchen.
Yeah, it's one of those that you walk in and it just makes you say, wow, it's quite incredible, some of the homes that we have in Highland Park and Preston Hollow, with incredible yards, and everything's so well maintained, and you're walking down the streets or driving down the streets and you're just, your mouth is open to look at some of these houses. It's just incredible. So
you wish you were richer so you could buy them.
I always say I wish I was rich, because some of these homes are just incredible.
Great, and talk to me a little bit about the types of people that are buying up these homes. Who are these people? Are they athletes? Are they celebrities? Are they really eccentric because they have crazy money? Are they more demanding because they think they own you? Tell me a little bit about your more eccentric clientele.
Yeah, it all depends. We have clients who have driven up in a Rolls Royce to look at a car with their driver and their bodyguard.
Look at a house.
Just to look at a house. We've had people who do not want us telling anyone that they're looking at houses or that they're ready to sell their house. We kind of have a mixture of everything. Dallas has a lot of Fortune 500 companies based out of here, so there's a lot of CEOs that are buying. You could tell which ones are the new money and which ones are the old money. The new monies they're wanting flashy and on great streets, and they're wanting to show all of their neighbors that they have all this money in the world. The good old saying, keeping up with the Joneses. Well, everyone here is keeping up with the Joneses, and that means Jerry Jones. So,
true.
We have a lot of flashy clientele. There's a lot of celebrities and athletes here as well. The celebrities not as much, but the athletes are spending some money on some homes and selling them once they get another contract somewhere else. So we have a good mixture. We have a lot of oil and gas money, so they're the ones that are more reserved, and they don't really want people knowing how much they spend on homes, and then they're buying a $7 million house. So, and then you have the new money that are our age in the 30s, and they're buying $3 million homes or $2 million homes.
Selling their company, or they've got oil money or trust funds.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in Dallas, and the trust funds of some of these kids are just incredible. It's quite ridiculous.
It wasn't our client, but there was a kid that just bought a $16 million house who was like 26 in Dallas.
And that's the most expensive house sold this year, was $16.5 million.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. What else? What's after $16.5 million? There's really, what do you go to, a $20 million house?
Probably 20.
So. You're cutting out. We can't hear you.
I'm cutting out?
Yeah, repeat yourself, please.
Cool. I hope you can hear me now.
Kind of.
To showcase a house, elaborate mixers, sponsors, you're not just putting out cookies or
No. With a big listing, we'll usually throw a party there, like the one that we did at North Haven, our $10 million listing, and like I said, the sponsors we had, but we also had the vodka sponsor.
Yeah, we had Rolls Royce have their monthly happy hour at the house, so they invited 50 of their most expensive clients, and they had a Rolls Royce on showcase, a McLaren, a Bentley, and then one of the new Jaguars. And then we had Eisman Jewels, who's a big local jeweler here in Dallas, and he brought watches, and he got Oscar de la Renta involved, and they brought models, and they were showcasing Eisman's jewelry throughout the entire house on these pedestal things.
With Oscar de la Renta clothes. Yeah,
with Oscar de la Renta clothing. And then we had a vodka line. Who else do we have?
R&D came with
which is a great local restaurant in University Park, which I'm sure y'all have heard of. It's a Hillstone brand house, but they catered the food. And we have all these great connections here in Dallas, so we really utilize them. And they sponsor all of our events to where they donate their items and their food and their alcohol. So we really, we throw some incredible parties. We had about 200 people at that house. Then we had a party last year at our $3 million listing. I guess $3.8 million listing, and we probably had about 150 through that with live music and alcohol and cars. I mean, we kind of do the same thing. So we throw big bashes for our large listings, and we invite all the neighbors. We invite all the owners of the 100 most expensive homes in Dallas, and invite our contacts and the people that we know and have bought houses from us before or could be future clients. So we don't do the cookie and lemonade thing that so many other realtors do out there. We really throw something big for our big listings.
Perfect. That's the way to do it.
It sure is.
You guys talk to me a little bit about the smaller line listings in Dallas. All the realtors know each other. It's competitive. All seem to talk shit on each other. So I want you to talk to me about how competitive is it, and why are you guys better than the rest?
Because
you can answer that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we are better because our business is based on building relationships and giving good service, and so I mean, it's to us, it's really about a building relationship, like a lifelong relationship, and most of our clients have become our good friends for that reason. And I mean, we take everything that we do seriously. We work 24 hours a day, and we're always available. I mean, pretty much 7 days a week. And one of the good things that we have with our connections within the market is that a lot of times we find houses before they hit the market, so we can show clients things that hip pocket listings that no one knows about, and everyone likes to hear and see a secret listing. So I mean, we've had some success with that this year with some of our big over $3 million clients with stuff that's not on the market that they were able to purchase. So I mean, it's about relationships.
Yeah, and I will say it's extremely competitive. There's a lot of agents out there that don't know what they're doing, and they don't know anything about the market. And we pride ourselves in knowing everything that's going on in the market and knowing every homes that go under contract within hours or days that it's hitting the market. And right after this interview, we're going to meet with a client that they bought a $1.6 million house in Highland Park last year and completely redid it. And they're throwing a birthday party for one of their best friends who's a neighbor who wants us to sell their house. And the reason that they want to use us is because we're young, we're energetic, we know what we're doing, and we drive a Bentley. So that's exactly what our client said today. Is the reason they want to use us is because we have a Bentley. So that means we're successful in our business. So out of all the agents, I will say Blake and I are a little showy. We have nice things. We have nice watches and cars, and we're always
work hard.
Yeah, we're always out and about, and I mean we like to showcase that we are successful at what we do.
Awesome. Do you have like the biggest competition? Is there somebody that you bump up against all the time? Like, oh my God, that douchebag, I keep seeing him, keep stealing my listing.
Now you're just trying to get us in trouble.
Well, why don't you tell us who the other people are that you're putting in for the show? We'll tell you.
And we'll let you know if we like them or not.
I'll tell you what. Like, just anybody who has the look and the listings, I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
They're getting past me and I'm putting them through. So
But
a lot of the people that you guys like recommend, like, oh, this guy should be on the show, that guy should be on the show. I hear that from other realtors. Once I talk to them, I think they're boring.
Yeah.
So,
well, I know, but that was a very.
That doesn't mean they're good for TV.
No, I know, and I mean us right now. I don't know if you're going to think we're good for TV after this, but we want to know specifics though. Who are some of the people that you're talking to? We know you've talked to almost every realtor in Dallas because that's basically what everyone's told us is that you or someone's reached out to them. But we're just wondering like who, or because I know it's 20 people that y'all put in for, so we're interested in knowing who the other people are that are in the running against us.
Do you know a guy by the name of Johnny Mowat?
Oh, he's terrible.
Has he ever sold a house above $1 million?
I don't think he has.
And then tell me what you think about it.
What you were cutting out? What was that?
Come again?
Use his name because we're going to cut my voice out of this, so they're not going to know who you're talking about. So make sure you say Johnny Mowat's name.
Well, I'm not sure Johnny Mowat has ever sold. I'm not sure Johnny Mowat's ever sold a house above $1 million.
Yeah, and he's one of those that's kind of cheesy and puts himself out there.
I mean, have you seen? I'll say his name again. Have you seen Johnny Mowat's video that he's in, the music video with Lydia Player and that other guy? I mean, that to me.
You can look it up on YouTube.
I think it might have been deleted, though.
It could have been deleted. Every single agent in town was talking about it, and not in a good way.
Almost the
it was
most embarrassing thing. I think I almost I cringed when I watched it. Okay, next please.
Oh my God. I haven't seen that.
Well,
you
we'll
need
send it to you. I'll see if I can find it. Who's the next one?
See, what do I got here?
Do you actually check people's productions before you put them on the show?
What?
Do you actually verify people's productions before you put them on the show?
No, ultimately these people are all going to be vetted. So if somebody lies and says we have a bunch of $1 million listings, ultimately they won't get cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We will vet them and make sure that they do or they can't be on the show.
Good, because we've actually never sold a big house. We're just doing this for fun.
Liars! Do you know Keith Yonick?
Who?
Keith Yonick? He's like 127 years old.
I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, his mom was in real estate, but I used to be Facebook friends with him, and I had to take him off because it was just a little bit too much.
I have no idea who Keith is.
5 years old.
What'd you say?
He's not 5 years old.
Oh, okay.
Like 60, 70?
And then let me see. I've got some ladies. I don't know who else I got with the ladies. Seychelles Van Pool.
What? Do you have to say her name again?
Yeah,
Shachelle
again?
Lampool.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Shachelle Lampool. She probably sells up in
Shishel, like National Lampoons? What?
Shachelle Lampoon.
Yeah, I think she works with her mom. She's like, she looks like a Barbie doll, and her name's Seychelles.
Should
Oh,
we hire-
Seychelles.
Shachelle?
Seychelles.
She's
Seychelles.
dark. I
Yeah,
think
don't
she's
know her.
dark-headed.
No, don't
actually.
know her.
Well, if she's hot,
If
we
she
might
looks
need
like
to hire
Barbie,
her.
she's not going to be dark-headed.
Well, there's dark-headed Barbies.
Dark-skinned Barbies. Yeah, okay, next.
You guys are great. Why? Is it a catty industry? Is it like a lot of the agents don't like each other, or you just have to be this way in order to really like stand out?
No,
Wait,
actually-
there's nothing catty about. I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, we're just giving you the
I mean,
honest truth.
we can tell you people who actually sell real estate. I don't think these people actually sell real estate.
And I will say we're lucky enough that we are top producers in town, so we are very close to all the other top producers, and we have kind of our little secret society that we're all texting and calling each other.
It's not a secret if you
for
tell everybody.
I know, but for listings and what's coming on the market. But I mean, that's our one concern with being on this show is if we were ever chosen, we'd want it to be with
We would be.
top realtors and not some of these people that we've never heard of, because that just makes us look bad.
Right.
And we have our image and we have our book of business, and we don't want anything to come off that we're just being cheesy and sales guys when we really take it as a business. And so far, the names that you've given us, none of them treat it
No.
like a business.
Well,
And
that we know of, right.
they don't have the production that we are. So, I mean, I will say maybe it's a little catty, and we don't like the agents who don't really put in their time, and they're all cheesy, because we're very
Well, it's not like we
professional.
don't like
so-
them. It's just they're not in our circle of like the
Yeah.
top agents that we work with. I mean,
So-
we don't
But
know
I will
these
say
people.
Blake is more cattier than I am.
Of course. Well, can I take over this interview for a second? I want to ask Aaron a question I think that he should share with you about his child acting days, because I think it's really important for you to know about Aaron when he was a child actor. Because, I mean, if you ask his mom, he got a couple Oscars, but we have to hear the truth. And he has a SAG card, which obviously you can tell by his camera presence right now. But why don't you go ahead and share with us about your child acting days?
Okay.
Maybe tell him about the acting
Oprah.
coach. Yeah.
No, there's really nothing to know. I did live in New York for about 13 months. I have a 2-year expired SAG card that I haven't paid my dues, and just decided to move back to Texas and not pursue that. So
Well,
I was in a few things,
yeah,
and my
tell
mom
them what
does
you're
think.
in.
Yeah, my mom thinks that I was working all the time, and I maybe only had like 6 or 7 gigs. But from what she remembers, I was working every single day.
You were as famous as Leonardo DiCaprio.
I
Or
know.
You probably still are, actually. That's what happens when you're only child. But
So all my buddies call me Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
because he's a James Vanderbeek lookalike, can't you see it?
Yeah, everyone thinks I look like him, and I don't. But I did used to sign his autograph all the time in New York.
Well, what were you in? Because I mean, everybody wants to know.
I was in Sopranos and Law and Order, and some independent films, and Keeping the Faith with Ben Stiller. I was in a bunch of commercials, so it was nothing.
It's kind of a big deal. Okay, back to you. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, we got off on a little tangent here.
Oh yeah, of course.
Definitely, they'll come out of the woodwork.
I'm already halfway famous.
I want you to each, it's hard to describe yourself, so I'm going to have you each describe each other.
Are you
Oh,
sure you really
God.
want us to? I don't think you really want us to do that.
Yeah. Let me have a drink real quick.